This is Gaba Beach, a popular leisure and entertainment venue, which is now slowly getting submerged by rising waters of Lake Victoria. Almost 3 months ago, the water was at a certain level, a little bit towards the lake, but as time went by, it continued just extending into the other side, the part of the resort. And I can see the entire compound is all filled with water. And then when you go on this other side, it's where the people used to enjoy the fish on the weekend. It used to be called the VIP section of this part of the beach. Next to Gaba Beach is KK Beach, which has not been spared by the rising lake water levels. The areas which used to have sand have all been submerged, including some parts of the compound. According to experts, the Lake Victoria water levels have risen in their highest in more than 50 years. Experts say the level has risen a record high of 12.93 meters in March to 13.12 meters. The highest level registered was 13.46 meters in 1964.
In 1964, to reach this level, it rained for 3 years. That was from 1961 up to 1964. That's when that lake filled up to the level that you see it now, until on some days when it reached 13.46. But currently you can see with just last year and this year we are already reaching 1964 levels. Reason being, the catchments are degraded. So when it rains, more water runs down into the lake.
Another contributing factors, according to Kitutu, are the other rivers that pour into Lake Victoria. The rivers have caused silting of the lake, making it too shallow to contain the increasing volumes of water.
We've been told Kagera and Zoya are sending in a lot of water. Kagera have almost doubled, and this has a bearing on the level of water that comes into the lake. I also want to inform Ugandans that that lake, when it rains on Lake Victoria, the amount of evaporation is equal to the rainfall that falls on that. So the net water that runs through the dams are those rivers, the Kagera, the Nzoias, those which come from Tanzania, Kenya, and Rwanda.
According to the minister, the dams which hold some of the lake's water can only be opened with caution.
We don't go beyond a certain level, otherwise we begin draining the lake. So the Ministry of Water and Environment normally tells us how much to release. Currently we are releasing 2,000 cubic meters per second. We have been increasing gradually, and I visited all the dams. I was at Karuma. Karuma is releasing around 950 cubic meters. I think it is the lowest. Reason being, it has Choga upstream. So even if we release a lot of water from Lake Victoria, but Choga will bear the biggest impact by flooding the lake shores.
Kitutu says she reported the matter to Cabinet for consideration.
As government, we plan. And like now, Minister of Disaster has to plan for those who will be displaced, especially those who went into the lake area. So it is important that we inform government. And also Minister of Works, the ferries will be affected, so they also have to plan. Then also those who have boats, the fishermen, they are also guided and they are able to know.
At Gaba Market, the water is near submerging the stalls and food booths. Even the water taps are almost completely covered. Some shops are sinking in too. The locals here have improvised some makeshift bridges. The stagnant water has become a breeding ground of mosquitoes and other insects that transmit diseases.
Gatukosezza olw'ensonga abamu batya okuyita ku ntindo ne beesigalirayo eyo. Abamu kale kwegamba era gatukosa kubanga tufulumya ssente nnyingi okukola entindo ezo z'abantu ze bayitako.
Experts warn that although Uganda is going to receive less rains than last year, if the neighboring countries that share the lake receive much rain, the situation will only worsen. Kitutu has warned people against investing heavily along the lake shores in violation of the recommended 200 meters from the lake.
I've already been told Gaba, even the national water, investments that also we need also to plan and shift, especially heavy investments shouldn't be in the areas where, you know, water, that is its territory, that's the territory of Lake Victoria. So we need to respect it, and you know, we don't have any control over the rainfall.
There is a fear that the level could beat the 1964 record level of 13.46 with only 0.34 meters remaining. Some are saying it was only a matter of time before nature reclaimed its territory. Sudil Biaruhanga, NTV.